guys, I'm going to film this really quickly, and the reason is it's really warm in here and I'm getting really warm. I think because my hair is kind of round my shoulders and round my neck, I'm like really flustered. Anyway, loads and loads of people have requested I do this video, so here it is. It's the Healthy Mix Serum and Original comparison. This is just on my skin. I've seen loads of conflicting reviews, you know, it seems to work differently for everybody, but I'll kind of give you a roundup of what it's supposed to work like and how it works for me. Now the Healthy Mix, the original one, is supposed to be more for oily skins, and the serum is supposed to be more for dry skins. I would agree with that to a point. I find that this one does cling to dry patches, whereas this one doesn't so much. It does a little bit, you know, if you've got particularly dry patches, but it's better for that. But what I find about this is that it stays dewy all day, whereas this eventually does go shiny. If you have got like oily patches as opposed to really oily skin, like combination oily skin, I actually think that you would really like this one. I think that if you're someone that always powders no matter what, buy this one instead of this one, in my particular opinion, just because it feels lightweight, it feels like I've got nothing on my face right now at all. It's like a completely different formula foundation than you will ever have used before. It's a really nice foundation, and I don't think that it should just be for dry skins. I've got kind of combination dry skin right now, but it changes by the day, and if my skin is particularly oily one day, I still reach for this one. I have used this a handful of times, but I will always reach for this one over this one, and I just like the way that it sits on my skin. This wears longer. So if you are going somewhere, like I might use this over my colour stay now. Maybe doesn't wear quite as long as my colour stay, but it looks a lot more natural than my colour stay, and it still is more long wearing than my other foundations. It's thicker, slightly more powdery formula than this one, which is more like a gel serum. And I mean, day to day, 100%, I've never found a foundation I love as much as this one. This is really amazing. But this is also really nice if you want something more long wearing. I prefer this for how it wears on my skin because it's really bright in here and I'm going to squint at you, sorry. I prefer this because of how it wears on my skin because it, the way it wears away isn't patchy. It kind of just like vanishes. It doesn't vanish very quickly. I'm still talking I mean, we had a whole day in London and I wore this, and it wasn't till about 3 or 4 o'clock, and it was like the hottest day of the year in London, and we'd been on the tube. It was absolutely horrendous, and I'd used my Caudalie, which is kind of like a serum on top, so I wasn't making myself more matte by any means, and I didn't actually feel like I had to touch up my makeup till about 4 o'clock. When I actually put this on again, I didn't put more powder on, I layered my entire makeup up with this again, and it completely freshened it up. I didn't really, maybe I put a little bit more powder on top of it, but it didn't look cakey, it didn't look like I had layers and layers of makeup on. It just kind of made a completely fresh face. It was incredible. I've never, you know, if you layered this on top of your whole face of makeup, you would be able to tell that you'd done it. It would look like you had layers and layers of makeup on, whereas this is, I don't know how they did it, but it's amazing. So this one basically, I find it really difficult to compare the two. I think this is the most amazing foundation I've ever used. I don't know if I've mentioned that already. And this is good, but it's not as good. It's a similar thing, but it's not as good. So I can kind of see why they brought this one out and then they said, oh, we'll make it better. But I don't really see, God, I feel really shiny now. I don't really see that anyone would prefer this. I don't understand it. But like I say, this is a completely personal choice. It's so hard to review a foundation for a huge group of people because it's really not going to work for everyone. Like this foundation is now my holy grail foundation. There'll be someone that uses it and hates it. So all I can really tell you is I love this one. This is also good and I will use it. I won't throw it away, you know, I'll still get use out of it. But if I had to choose between them, I mean, what I actually do wonder about is if I'd bought this first, would I have raved about this? If I'd bought this and I didn't have the serum, would I have gone, wow, you're all absolutely right, Healthy Mix is fantastic, I can't believe I haven't had it. They both leave a really natural, healthy look on the skin. But I can feel this on my skin, which you can with most foundations, that's cool. But if you can buy something that has the same effect but feels better on your skin, why wouldn't you? And it leaves me, I don't know, I prefer the finish, the dewy finish that stays dewy, whereas this, like I say, kind of breaks down and it feel like it still goes shiny. It's not mattifying, it doesn't keep you matte. So why not use the product that starts dewy and will continue to be dewy throughout the day. I don't know. The worst comparisonner ever, I'm sorry, but loads of people have requested that I did that comparison, and that is my comparison. I prefer this one. I really like this one, but I would really like to see what you think, because like I say, completely personal choice, completely down to skin type. If you've done a comparison or if you've done a review on either of these, please leave it as a video response, because it's one of those things. You've got to find someone with your exact same skin type to review products for you. So if you're the same as me, buy the serum, buy it, you will not regret it. I've bought 51 in them both, the shade 51, and it is absolutely perfect for me, and I so struggle to find drugstore foundations that are pale enough. So the shade range is great for us paler girls, but for darker skin tones, not so fantastic. But yeah, you know, if you've got the same skin type as me, then great, I'm probably the perfect person to review a foundation for you. However, if you haven't got my skin type, then this is probably going to be completely useless, because I can only tell you how it works for me. Lots of people have said that this is their favourite one because this is more long wearing and it lasts better throughout the day. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but I love the serum so much, so I'm so glad so many of you told me to get it. Laura Loves Beauty kept pushing me to go and buy it, and I finally did, and I'm so glad. I haven't used any other foundation that I have since I bought that. So I'm really pleased with it, and I'm still really kind of reeling on how can you layer this on top of a full face of makeup and it look natural? Tell me that. I don't know, but it's incredible. So I hope this was useful. I'm sure it wasn't, but I have a fake tan video coming up for you very soon. I'm going to film that maybe at the weekend, and if you've got any other requests, please let me know. I'm probably going to become a filming machine again, and I'm going to do some hair tutorials, I think, for short hair soon, because my hair is kind of nothing at the moment. I just kind of wanted you guys to see it in its straight state, but it's not likely to be strained like this very often in videos. It's probably going to be curled or tousled or just naturally kind of bleh. We'll see. But thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe and check out my other videos. Remember, a lot of my other videos weren't popping up in subscription boxes, so you may have missed something. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!